Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing your girl some love. I actually did a top 10 today, y'all. So we're going to talk about my top 10 gourmands for the fall. Most of these, I'm going to tell you if they're lifers or not for me, because half of these are life fragrances for me. And if I ran out of the bottle, I would definitely buy it again. So if you are interested in my top 10 gourmands for the fall, please subscribe because I know you already are. Like, comment, turn on those notification bells. Follow me on Instagram as well. You know, we have a lot of fun over there, reels, lives, all that. And y'all, let's get into this top 10 plus one honorary. I had to slide one in just a little bit, y'all, just one, okay? So the very first one, we're gonna talk about the honorary. Now, I purchased this. This was a 2022 release, and it was by the House of Juicette. If you are looking for gourmand fragrances, there are two houses that are my go-to for gourmand fragrances because they make the most amazing ones. And that is the House of Juicette and the House of Kerosene. I absolutely love their gourmand fragrances, and I think half, if not 75% of their fragrances are gourmand or gourmand leaning. So if you are looking for a really good sweet, vanilla, chocolatey, whatever gourmand fragrance, then you need to check them out, okay? Not to mention Xerjoff, which is my favorite niche house as well, but they got a lot of floral gourmands. Straight gourmands, Juicette, and Kerosene. And Gallagher fragrances has some pretty good gourmands as well. So the very first one we're going to talk about, I absolutely love Accident à la Vanille, but I put that in my vanilla videos. It's a stunning butter cake gourmand fragrance, and I absolutely love it. But this year they had a new release of Accident à la Vanille, and this is the almond cake, and this was the limited edition, and this is my honorary. I had to get my nose on this. Now, I was not very impressed initially with the performance of this, but it has sat for about 4 months, and it is getting better. I did spray this on my hand. You know, initially when I was spraying this, and I was like, it's giving me 2 hours, and I don't know what the problem is, but maybe because it was new juice, because it's a new release. So I actually sprayed this a couple times on my hand, and I smelled it in the morning. 8 hours later, there was a light scent on my hand. So for the first 3 hours, I did like it. Now this fragrance, it still smells like vanilla cake. It's very rich in almond, but it smells like marzipan, y'all. It's a beautiful note. You get a little bit in the burst, in the opening, you get some maraschino cherries, and then that dries down, because initially when I sprayed it, I was like, I thought this was going to be like a vanilla cherry fragrance, almost like a vanilla ice cream with the maraschino cherries inside. You know, that cheap ice cream that you used to buy at Thrifty's. Not that expensive Haagen-Dazs ice cream, because that was a little more rich, but the vanilla in that cheap ice cream was really, really good. And those fake red cherries, you know, I remember spraying this on me. I remember sucking the vanilla ice cream off of the cherries and spitting those nasty cherries out of my mouth because I did not like those jarred cherries, and they froze them in ice cream. But anyway, on top of that, it smells like marzipan. You get a very beautiful almond scent, and almost like marzipan. So anyway, this is my honorary. If you're looking for a good marzipan almondy with a hint of a cherry nuance in the opening fragrance, then look no further. You have Accident à la Vanille, and this is the almond cake limited edition. What's that? Is it almond cake? What's the almond? Yeah, I think it's just almond cake, an almond cupcake. But that's what it smells like, y'all. All right. Anyway, it's good, and the performance is so much better. So I'm liking it. I'm not as disappointed as I was before. All right, honorary. So the next one are my top 10, and most of these are for life. We are not going to go in any particular order. I actually love every single one of these fragrances, and let's get into it, y'all. So the very first one we're going to talk about is the one I recently purchased, and this was also a 2022 release, and this is called Follow, y'all. This is a beautiful, dark, rich, cooked caramel, a beautiful amber, y'all. There's chocolate in here as well. It's a stunning fragrance. There's some coffee in here as well. I absolutely love this fragrance. Get your nose on it. Go watch my review on the House of Kerosene. I talked about 4 fragrances, and this fragrance lasts at least 10 to 12 hours on your clothes, on your skin. From what I've noticed when I did wear it twice, it lasted about 6 to, at a light scent, 8 hours. but a good 6 hours, you got a great performance, y'all. So anyway, get your nose on Follow, rich caramel, chocolatey amber scent, y'all. It's good. Like I told you in the video, this smells like a speculoos, not a speculoos. This smells like a stroopwafel, okay? Not cinnamon. This is not spicy, y'all, but this smells like a really rich, warm stroopwafel and a side of coffee. And this is followed with an ED. Somebody down in my comments on the kerosene video was like, excuse me, this is not a new release. I love the House of Kerosene, and this is not a new release, by the way. I was like, girl, like, it says it on the website. It's a new release. All the other reviewers, I think, what's his name? Sebastian also talked about this upcoming release. I've been waiting for it for over the past maybe 3 weeks since I heard about it. So yeah, you have to, before you start spitting out information, y'all, you know, she was trying to correct me, and I'm like, girl, this fragrance just came out. Look on the website, and then you will see. You can leave. You might not say anything else, but if you want to, you can leave it in the comments, okay? Anyway, this is followed with an ED. I reviewed Follow and followed both fragrances on that review, okay? All right, y'all, get your nose on this. So the next one we have is the beautiful and the lovely ITALICA. This is my favorite niche fragrance house. I love ITALICA. The praline, the saffron, the vanilla in here, the nuttiness in here. It's just, there's a bitterness to me in here. And I think it's the saffron that's causing that, like, yeah, it's the saffron. It's not bitter, but it's giving, not leather, it's giving saffron, y'all. Point blank period. I have a nose for saffron because I love the scent so much. I can sniff out saffron from a mile away. So anyway, I'm getting a gorgeous, creamy, a praline with an almondy scent, a beautiful vanilla, and a saffron, and I absolutely love it. Some people say they don't get the saffron in this. I got the first batch, you know, when it initially came out. I was on it like boom a couple years ago, as a new release, as a re-release. So yeah, I get a lot of the saffron. Maybe they overdosed mine in saffron or gave me a couple extra drops. I don't know. I love it. It's stunning. Sometimes you have to pick and choose where you're going to wear a fragrance like this. Usually when I do wear this, it's around the house because I want to smell something rich and, you know, creamy and like tasty. It'll prevent me from eating a bunch of sweets, you know, but I absolutely love it. Or I'll wear it when I'm running errands and I just want to keep sniffing myself. Or I actually wore this to meet someone, not an official date, but we had coffee. So we went to a coffee house. You can wear it to a coffee house or a tea house, or going to go get some pastries or something like that. It'll just put you in the mood, you know, of wanting to be sweet and eat sweets as well, y'all. Anyway, this is ITALICA by the House of Xerjoff. Get your nose on this. This is like, I think my number 2. I love Dama Bianca. I love this one before I purchased Dama Bianca, but then I fell in love with Dama Bianca as well. Yeah, I don't know which one to choose, but I love them both. They're both my number 1s. All right, the next one we have, I bought this one in Germany, and this is Magenta Tanzanite. I was super lucky to have found this, and this is by the House of Armani Privé. Love Rouge Malachite, Vert Malachite, Blue Turquoise. Yeah, they're all my favorites. Love them all, but Rouge Malachite, that's my girl. So anyway, Magenta Tanzanite, I told you all once before, it reminds me of a less creamier Minway Demi. You get that tobacco, you get the coffee, the caramel. You get a beautiful rich note of cardamom in here. You get a beautiful note of amber in here as well. This is a stunning gourmand for the fall. Amazing performance. It's gorgeous, y'all. But the cardamom in here, if you love a creamy, rich cardamom, then you need to get your nose on this. It's not a super smoky fragrance, but you do get a little bit of a coffee nuance in the background after about like 15 minutes. But in the beginning, you get a beautiful vanilla and a very, very rich, warm, spicy cardamom. That's absolutely amazing. Magenta Tanzanite, get your nose on it, y'all. It's gorgeous. All right, so the next one is also by the House of, I should have said them together because I consider this house one, and that's one fragrance, y'all. Okay, so this is Kerosene as well, Unknown Pleasures. You all know for a long time, if you have been watching me, this is my favorite gourmand of all times, but I think somebody's beating it, y'all. And we're going to talk about that one right after. So this is a beautiful note of honey, caramel. You get lemon in here. This is like a side of warm lemon sweet pound cake drizzled in caramel with a side of Earl Grey tea, y'all. This fragrance is stunning. The performance is beast. It's about 12 hours. It's about 8 hours on your skin with a moderate projection. This is amazing by the House of Kerosene, y'all. If you love Lyra, you're going to be head over heels for Unknown Pleasures. It's 10 times better than Lyra, even though Xerjoff is my favorite niche fragrance house. This is what I wanted Lyra to be, but I have Unknown Pleasures, so I'm very satisfied, y'all. So anyway, get your nose on this by the House of Kerosene. I think a little bit of a dent, not much. I don't know why I'm trying to babysit this fragrance. I need to go ahead and go ham and spray this fragrance this upcoming fall and winter. You know, I consider this fall and winter because of the performance. It's heavy. This is a very thick fragrance. I just had an idea the other day, you guys. I was listening to this song and I said I wanted to do a reel on thick fragrances, y'all. You know, like thick people. We're going to do a reel on fragrances that are thick like us, okay? All right, anyway, Unknown Pleasures by the House of Kerosene. And I didn't say unhealthy for those of you all that want to go in on the comments. I just mean thick. Thick and healthy, okay? Anyway, Immortal, Unknown Pleasures is fighting for the #1 spot with Immortal. Now, this has, I'm conflicted, y'all. This is slowly becoming, they're in the same spot, actually. I'm not going to say slowly becoming my #1 fragrance. They're both in the #1 spot. They are tied. I love Immortal by the House of Monogathakinis. This is such a a gourmand of all gourmands. This is such an amazing and stunning fragrance, y'all. It's beautiful. It's just like, it's all that, y'all. It's amazing. So let me put this down. So in here you have your Immortelle. And I just learned that Immortelle, the reason why they call it that is because out of water, the flower, Immortelle, it never dies. Well, it dies slowly, or it has a longer life than most flowers out of water. So Immortelle, it lives to be, it lives longer than most flowers, kind of like it never dies. So it makes the fragrance, when they use Immortelle, it makes the fragrance have a lot of longevity. It lasts longer. The projection, like everything adds to the performance when they use the note of Immortelle in a fragrance. I was like, oh, that's fascinating. Okay. So anyway, you have your brown sugar in here. You have some cinnamon in here. You have some vanilla in here. Yeah, this is a stunning fragrance. A little warm, spicy, sweet, but that brown sugar nuance. It's like a crumbly, it's just, there's a dustiness to this, a dryness to this, and it's probably, there's cinnamon in here, so it's probably the cinnamon that's making it a little dry, but gourmandish and decadent at the same time. I love this fragrance, Immortelle. Get your nose on it. I'm going to go ahead and spray this, even though Resendo Ma Toe is my scent of the day. I just want to smell it, y'all. It's so good. So yes, this is good. It almost smells slightly oudy in the opening, but there's no oud in here, just a little bit. Yeah, but I think it's the brown sugar mixed with the cinnamon, the vanilla, and the Immortelle, y'all. This is such a gorgeous fragrance with an amazing sillage. Amazing. All right, get your nose on it. So the next one we're going to talk about is Angel Share. You have your boozy cinnamon, vanilla, cognac. You have some sandalwood in this fragrance. It's a really beautiful fragrance. It's really, you just basically get a really boozy, spicy cognac vanilla. It's gorgeous. It almost smells like a apple streusel, a streusel apple pie. Is that what it is? The one with the crumbs, the cinnamon crumbs on top, and the sour apples, because I get a little bit of bitterness to this as well. It's gorgeous, y'all. Yeah, it smells like an apple streusel or an apple turnover sprinkled with cinnamon and something sweet, or vanilla with some vanilla icing on it. But it's boozy and a side of cognac, y'all. So anyway, get your nose on this if you love a scent of like an apple pie with a boozy apple pie, y'all. A sweet boozy apple pie. KILIAN's Angel Share. I'm gonna really wear this. The performance on this is days. If you spray this on your clothes, it will last. When I say days, a decent projection, it will last at least 2-3 days on your clothes. On your skin, it will last 12 hours if you don't like sweat it off. But for the most part, this has stunning performance, y'all. Gorgeous. KILIAN's Angel Share. So the next one we're going to talk about is pretty affordable compared to most of these. This was like $89 or $99 on Fragrance Buy a couple years ago, about a year and a half ago. This is Calton Night by the House of Attar. This is a gorgeous scent. I think I mentioned to you all once before. It kind of smells like Invite Only. It smells more like Ojan to me by the House of Parfums de Marly. Now, there's a beautiful note of apple in here, there's cinnamon in here, there's cherry, there's vanilla in here. It's gorgeous, and for the price, it cannot be beat, y'all. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. The performance is beast, amazing on this fragrance. I absolutely love it, but you get a really spicy, like a Fuji apple, not like an overly ripened sweet apple. There's a little bit of tartness to this. It may be coming from the cherry, but you do get, I love this one more than Invite Only actually, because there's a little bit more of a tart cherry in this. And this, I don't know, there's something about this fragrance that is amazing. The apple and the cherry combined with the cinnamon and the vanilla, it's stunning, y'all. Get your nose on this. Calton Night. I just love spraying this, just even when I'm walking around the room or my house and just sniffing my hand all day long. This is a gorgeous scent, so get your nose on it. Performance is amazing. So the next one we have is the Chronic, and this is by the House of Byron. I had a hard time choosing between the Mula Mula and the Chronic. I really wanted Mula Mula, but the Chronic has a beautiful whipped cream raspberry in here. There's some sandalwood, there's some rose in here. You really don't get any florals, but I also think there's pear in here as well. But you do get the pear, the raspberry. I think there's some orange or some mandarin nuances as well. But what I really get from this fragrance is the whipped cream and the raspberry. It's not juvenile. This is a very sexy scent. This is a very unisex scent. I think there might be a little bit of oud in here as well, but it's not oudy. It just gives it that slight sexiness and adultness to this fragrance. Absolutely love it. You don't get an amazing projection out of this. You get a moderate projection, but you get a stunning sillage, y'all. This is gorgeous by the House of Byron, and this is the Chronic. The next one is by my favorite niche fragrance house again, and this is no other than the amazing SYMPHONIUM. This is a decadent milk chocolates, a Belgium milk chocolate with some mandarin orange, almost like you know, my mouth is watering. It's like that orange. It's like a really delicious Swiss or Belgium orange chocolate. Just say you had like, it's not even a creaminess, like an orange cream. It's like a blended orange, like an orange liqueur. That's what it smells like. An orange liqueur and some Belgium chocolate that's mixed together, maybe with a little bit of orange zest on it, y'all, with some Laotian oud in here. I think there's Laotian and Thai oud in this fragrance. I was a little scared when I purchased this because I did blind buy it, but I heard so many good things about it and I read so many reviews about it, and being that I'm just a gourmand queen, I just absolutely had to have it, and I am head over heels for chocolate that I shouldn't be eating every day, but I do, you know. Anyway, it makes me happy, just like Unique's fragrance. Chocolate makes me happy, but yeah, a gorgeous, gorgeous scent, SYMPHONIUM. Absolutely love it. I wore this last night to bed. It lasted 12 hours. I got up in the morning, still moderate projection. Yeah, this fragrance is stunning. I purchased this one, I think, on Fragrance Buy for an amazing deal when it came out about a year and a half ago, y'all. Gorgeous scent. And yeah, it's decadent, y'all. Get your nose on it if you love chocolate, oudy, mandarin scents, okay? It's not a citrusy or super bright or scratchy, screeching orange scent. It's beautiful. So the next one, and this is number 9, y'all, okay? The next one we're going to talk about is a new release of 2022 as well. And this is by the House of KILIAN. And you have your LOVEFEST Burning Cherry. I love this one. I love it more because of the Palo Santo and the raspberry in here. This is better than Tom Ford Lost Cherry, y'all. I have a decan of Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I battled with buying that fragrance, and I still wanted it before this one came out, but now this one has come out. The bottle's iconic, you know, but the price is ridiculous. But this right here, y'all, is so much better. You get the raspberry, the praline. Yes, I do get that burning woody note in the opening, but then it dries down and you get a little bit of a tart raspberry. You get that stewed, rich, dark cherry in here, and you get that Palo Santo and the wood. What else is in here, y'all? I'm just giving you what I smell. There's patchouli in here, but it's not patchouli heavy. But what I get is what I just stated in the beginning when we discussed this fragrance, y'all. I love it. I do have a review on this fragrance. You know, a lot of people say it don't last long, but it lasts me at least 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours. I remember wearing this to work, and I work a 12-hour shift. I still smelled it on my clothes at the end of my shift. Granted, I sprayed about 15 or 20 times, but the fact that people say they don't smell this, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, you know, sometimes it can be true. Maybe people become nose blind to certain fragrances. Thank God that I haven't become nose blind. I hope it never happens. But yeah, I love this fragrance. No need for Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I have another fragrance on the way. I'm going to be comparing a couple of cherry fragrances soon. So LOVEFEST Burning Cherry, it's a love for me. It's backup bottle worthy, y'all. Actually, KAYALI, they gifted me a bottle. It was the 50 ml, but I don't need to, I could not wait, y'all. I could not wait, KAYALI. I could not wait, Mona. I wanted to review and I wanted to get my nose on this fragrance so bad. I ordered it the day of the release. I was already on the waiting list, and I ordered myself a bottle and my sister a bottle, but they were gracious enough to send me over. I don't have it. They were gracious enough to gift me a 50 ml bottle, and I am grateful to KAYALI for gifting me that fragrance, y'all. Thanks for thinking about your girl, Mona. Okay, I appreciate it. So anyway, LOVEFEST Burning Cherry is amazing, y'all. Last but not least, we have the amazing y'all, this is so good. This is Bodacious by the House of BODACIA. This is such a stunning fragrance. Absolutely love it. It's like a nutty cherry boozy scent. There's cognac in here as well. There's cherry, there's cognac, there's heliotrope that makes it a little powdery. It's a little boozy. It has it's supposed to be an almondy scent to it, and I think it's the heliotrope, and there's muskmallow in here, which I think is amaretto. You know, but muskmallow is here. There's cloves in here as well. But this fragrance, it doesn't give me sesame seeds like Linterdy, the Intense, but it gives me a sunflower seed scent instead of an almond scent. But I love it just the same. But I do get that boozy tobacco. There's tobacco in here, boozy tobacco, cherry, a little bit of warm spicy cloves in here, and this is gorgeous. I love this fragrance. I've worn it at least 4 times. I am babysitting this fragrance as well, but I'm gonna stop and wear my fragrances, even a rich one on a regular day, okay? Even to bed, y'all. Tomorrow's not promised to anybody. So anyway, this is number 10. Without further ado, that is every single one of my fragrances, my top 10. Now, BODACIA is definitely a lifer for me. Calton Night is a lifer. Angel Share is a lifer. Magenta Tanzanite is a lifer. ITALICA is a lifer. Unknown Pleasures is a lifer. Now, Follows is not a lifer, but I do love the fragrance. But yeah, those that I mentioned are definitely lifers. And if I ran out of LOVEFEST Burning Cherry, then I'm definitely buying that again. But I don't think I'll run out because now they send me another bottle, so I have an additional bottle. So anyway, go on to the world, spread amazing sillage, do good, be good. Absolutely love you all. And y'all, I did a top 10 finally. And it wasn't 45 minutes. All right, bye-bye. Let me go before the video's too long. Bye-bye.